Hey guys, it's Chris and welcome back to the sea. What do we have on the show today? I got a big box. This is not a repair. This is a brand new product. As you know, many times in the past, I have used the services of Amiga, as many of you have, and a special thanks to Mr. Szymon Gosk for making your metallurgical works. I've purchased the power supplies and the 3000T housings and the 3000T converters with the ATX kits, tick boards, you name it. So when he decided he was going to do a replacement 4000 desktop case, I'm in. And here it is. Now once I get this out, I'm going to take this, of course, box down. Talk about the ultimate shipping. That's why this SOB was so heavy. I have seen some packing material before, but this is a whole new level of protection. Alright. Yeah! Bubble wrap. Plywood. Szymon, that is incredible. Holy moly. Oh. Yeah! I got the camera way up high so you can be part of this too. Alright, look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Now, Szymon is a master metallurgist, I'll call him, and no corners are cut. This is a desktop case, but hey, I want it to be a tower. We'll tilt her up. But it is designed to be a 4000D desktop replacement. Now, it doesn't have Commodores, fascia, and lights, and happy, but you do get laser cut, powder coat, machine design. Hey, guess what this has? A riser bar. You also get side case screws to hold it in, because our 4000s have the wiggle. 120mm fan in the back. Your base ports, compact flash with 3D printed bracket, Ethernet, HDMI, they're pass-throughs, your normal Commodore stuff, even additional headers for USBs. Freaking credible. Also, you're going to get mouse and keyboard ports, mouse and joystick ports already put in. There's connectors where you connect your board slaps into on the inside. So far, just visual impressions, incredible. Is that glass? Plexiglass. Okay. Wow. Freaking wow. Tactile button. No more rod. ATX power supply. Capable. Put your lights right here on screw-ins. Fully machined drive tray with plastic cover for your lower half. Black CD-ROM and a black floppy or GoTech in there. You are pimping, and we're going to do that. Now, my motherboard at the moment is out for repair. Maybe you saw that video. I don't know, where I had built a new motherboard and it just refused to work, and I found some problems with the Alice socket. So I sent that off to Kavanaugh's, and he's taking a peek to see what's wrong. And this battery's about at it. Rubber feet, just like Mom used to make. Alright, here we go. We're going to slide it over and out. Look at the quality of this work. Look at the metal work. This is no thin pickle. Look at that. The glass, the cuts, the drilling, and it actually fits. Amazing. Setting the lid aside, you're going to notice these custom boards here. These are for the ATX. When you plug the floppy Berg into here, it kind of hubs it. So then you can do the Berg to Berg connectors, and they will just simply plug in like this. Let's say Berg, and then another one would go here, and another one would go here. Their power supply would feed it from whatever one you wanted. So this is a fan header on the back, and then you get another blank over here. Now these are optional components. Now you're going to notice one thing. There's one on each side here, one here, and there's one right here you can barely see. This is a fan 3D print to blow across, which is incredible. This is laser cut steel. Look at that. Made by Szymon. And the most incredible part of all, which I am so pleased to share with you, is bad focus, are these pegs. This is like a riv nut in with a flat machine screw on top. Number one, it's elevated. Number two, with these, board flex shouldn't be an issue. There are all 9 of them. So to remove the drive tray, it's 4 screws. I didn't want that to fall. Removing the drive tray. Look at that. Look at that metalwork. Look at the thickness of. You will break your knuckle on that. What is that, like 2 mil? 1.5? It's way thicker than the Amiga case. Alright, continuing on. Let's get a side profile of this bad boy. Awesome sauce. Big 120 mil fan. 4, it's loose on the bottom, 4 front drive card mounts. 3D printed bracket for your compact flash or SD adapter. And it's thick. It's not, this isn't cheap crap. I can pick the case up with it. The drive rail right here, or the drive rail, the tension bar for front and back has measured 3D printed like buffer plate, so you're not metal on metal. It also has the card holder 3D printed, and inside of this tape are the screws to mount your board, your lights, your speaker, everything you need to get started. Port things. See, they're just 90s. Your board, because this is a new case, we don't have to follow the rules of the past. You can adjust this for your height, in or out, depending on what board you have in here. I'm going to remove mine for now. Now, while I'm filming this, I actually sent Mr. Simon. Wow, that is. Look at the thickness of this. And he glued them in so they don't come out. They're brand new, 3D printed, great quality. I'm so impressed with this so far, after having my previous run of bad luck with Amiga stuff. Now, footprint wise, motherboard, it's not mounted, it's not all the way over. It would actually sit like this and back a little more. You can see the amount of room you have here for cooling activities. DVD drive. It's a little bit wider than the original 4000, I believe, by just a little bit. Let's compare. Just shy of 16 inches wide. I don't know what that is in metric world, but 16 inches on the nose. 15 3/4 by 5.5. Just a little bit larger than the original 4000, and that gives you room to grow. So as I mentioned before, this board was not intended to go in here. This is one of my junk parts boards of the many. And I wanted to put the black board that I just built for Mr. Kavanaugh's, but there were some issues with it. So he's taking a look at that. So for you guys, it'll be a second. This might be a week or more until I get it back. But I'm going to pause, put this back together enough to have it ready for that new board, and when that comes in, for you in just a second, we're going to go for the full assembly. And I'm back. It's been about a month. A month, you say? Yeah. Sorry. Busy times. In the meantime, in Mr. Gosk's massive, awesome case, I did screw it back in so I wouldn't lose anything. I picked up some metric screws that were recommended for what I'm about to do. Also, Mr. Kavanaugh's, bless you, sir. You're an awesome assistance, and your contributions to the community are endless. Fixed the 4000D board that I screwed up. The replacement Paula chip had a bridge line underneath where I couldn't see it, and that's why I didn't get any display. When removing these from a board, this is my sort of complete, no Bridget, no Buster, no Gary board. When you remove these gals, you gotta scrape down that solder or get it out as best you can. I had a little bit of a ridge here and there on chips and didn't remove enough, and apparently that was enough to bulge out some of the sockets, causing no contact. I'm used to working on ancient crap where I can see physical damage, not causing it. So I will be the first to admit I'm not perfect. And luckily, he has microscopes and overhead science and math and really good tools, and was able to fix it for me. He also laughed profusely at my audio connectors from one of these donor boards. They were pretty tore up. Now these aren't too bad looking, but the other set I took off one of the other boards was just really bad, rusted. He responded with, "No, yes." I'll show that here. So here's a picture of the micro trace underneath a pin. It could have been some old solder. That looks like it got cracked. But it was just, I didn't see it, and then it went between the two. And my gals had a little bit too much solder. So you have to remove all of this as best you can. And also, Nichicon through holes were not up to his quality, so he replaced them with organic polymers for the 3 through holes. Now I've already taken it out to take a peek because I have OCD, and now, since I'm fat, OBCD. Here's my crummy connectors. He even replaced all my gals because he didn't like how they looked. So he flashed some new ones. And you're thinking, wow, Chris, you got all this crap for free. You are such a wiener. This was not free. I actually bought 2 of these, and this was my second assembly. Yes, I did receive the purple one, but I never let a good stone go unturned. So in response, I offered to pay. Trust me, I said, let me know the cost. I'll pay you. I'll let you know just whatever you need. If there was any chips or anything you need, I'll just pay for it. He says no. So what I did, I said, look, well, I'm going to send you something
really nice.
So I gave him a unopened, brand new, never used, boxed, mint condition Amiga copy of Might and Magic 3, and it's like worth a lot of money. I don't sell things, but I can't let a good deed go unhonored, I would say. So I shipped it off to him as a special thank you, and he was really ecstatic for that. And again, I can't thank you enough. So if you haven't dealt with Mr. Kavanaugh's before, he makes pretty much about anything you can imagine for the Amiga. Back in the video, I did the BFG 9060, and he built all of those, and we sold the living crap out of those things because it was way under the Euro model price. You guys in the metric zone, whatever, it was way high. So back to the lecture at hand. Perfection is perception, so I'm going to let him understand from a old G's perspective. Mr. Szymon Gosk case here, the 4000 Ori case. I was stuck on a few things, mainly this board. So this is tying 2 videos together. This board is now fixed and working. We're going to test it real quick before I go taking this apart. I messaged Mr. Szymon the other week and I said, hey, what power supply does this use? A standard ATX or an SFX? So he said it uses an SFX. This is a little baby power supply. And I got it in matching black, so it would be uniform. I want to rewire the 20-pin connector to a standard Amiga connector. You only need 2 grounds, plus 12, minus 12, plus 5, and the fail. That's it. There's no -5. There's no tick signal on the 4000 or 12 or 5. Now I'm going to test this power supply using the Amiga kit Amiga 4000 to ATX power adapter. It uses a 20-pin connector, which this has a 24, and you just take that off and then she slides right in, key lines up, and does all your magic for you. You get a P8 or P9 for like a mediator plug, and you also get the 6 wires, 2 grounds fail, plus 5, plus 12, minus 12 on here. That way, I was going to take this off and wire it into here, but every wire is black and I would lose my way. I'd have to do them one at a time. And what's the difference? It's the same thickness of wire from the ATX power supply. A lot of people say these are too light of a gauge wire, but the newer generation of these is thicker than the other one. Thank you, Kavanaugh's, for fixing that. Trust me when I say quality is a top concern, and it is always addressed. SFX power supply will go in like this. Wow, and even lines up. Are you shitting me? Fan on the side. You're thinking, wow, that's great. But check it out. He even thought of that too. There's vents for air suction. A120 over here with vents for suction or blow in. So you could blow and blow across. So you pull across your Zorros and out. There's another 60 back here. I mean, you're good on fans. Please note, this is not a 4000 Commodore case. This is a 4000 replacement case. And it's very good quality. Let's get the power supply screwed in. And then we'll go for board assembly and cable assortment. 9 of 9 screws fit abso-smurfly perfectly. Now, these are machine screws, okay? So don't over tighten the shit out of them to strip the threads, because they're in rib nuts. 9 of 9. Black board. Black power supply. Is this the new Black Beast? Look at this. Compared to our other adventures, the freaking holes match where the bolts go. Look at that. They match. Now my ports are old, but amazing. Imagine that. Screw holes that go where they're supposed to. Okay, so it is a press and it is not a single press. You just press it. Power supply is on. ATK is loading. And we're up. Hi, it's 9 p.m. I fell asleep on the couch after eating a bunch of chicken wings. I'm a stickler for, you get what you pay for, right? High quality, top shelf here. This is the bracket for the SD card to IDE. Number 1, holes match perfectly. Number 2, removing it from said case has screws, but it also has countersunk glued, or whatever it's called, where they fit right in there, bolts, nuts. Same thing for the piece that holds the card on. You just take your screws out, they stay in there because they're molded. And then when you put this in, it lines up. Oh my god, go figure. Small attention to details like that make these little touches worth what you pay for these cases. You pay for top quality. Countersunk machine screws. I mean, amazing. Smooth as you want your girlfriend to be. Small attention to detail. I am going IDE because I can't find a Zulu that is free. Nice, huh? And this one is large enough for a compact flash card. Beep, beep. This thing on its dude. So your choices are endless. Simon, you sneaky man, you put extra. Oh my, I just found another blessing. There were these blocks of stuff in the case. They're for the extended screws, like right here. It's like molded into the case. It's like 3D printed, but it's glued in. It's for that screw, for a little extra rigidity. One on each side. There's one here, and there's one next to the RAM side too. I just noticed that. Very nice little touch there, my friend, and I thank you for that. I have a power light, hard drive light. I made it red, and it's that's what it's going to be. We have this rail system, which, oh my god, it fits perfect. What do you know? Like to a flippin' T. Look at the measurements taken and the care of exactly the edge of the board. Exactly. And with the grommets that you get and the screws that I knocked all over the table, these things will simply sit in here like so, and you screw them in. Wow, that's great. Same thing for the other side, rounded edge. So you can put the rounded edge towards there. Amazing. I am more than pleased at the quality and the metal work of this unit. It's not going anywhere. It is not going anywhere. Oh, well, I mean the case is, but you're not bending this card. You don't have to worry about flex or nothing. Hey, it's 12:16 a.m. 430's coming around quick. Left, ground, right on your motherboard header. The CD-ROM side stays the same. Here we go. So we're going to rock the Slayer Christmas album. It's a Christian band called Slayer, and it's Seasons of the Abyss. And we're going to rock Seasons of the Abyss, track 10. Sweet. Does the eject work? Press eject. Spins down. And out she comes. Spare parts. In the bowl. And there you go. So that is the latest and greatest case from Mr. Szymon Gosk. I will put links in the description below where you can get them. They're a little bit pricey, starting at 300 euros and working your way up. If you want a window or, you know, go all out. The quality of the case, while it's not a replica of a Commodore 4000 case, it is better built than a Commodore 4000 case. Laser cut steel, actual measurements were taken, dimensions were precisely marked and riv nutted, and everything lined up perfect. I had not one alignment problem. The SD compact flash solution with the cards in there, recessed locking bolt, 3D printed bracket holder, measured perfectly. I mean, I cannot express the level of precision that this case gives. After dealing with the other one on that thing right there, you saw all the mess I've had to go through for that, and maybe not all of it because I've had a couple iterations of things for issues I had with that. Everything lines up. There's no sticking out. There is some assembly required, as you saw, and it works great. Button, I have everything in there. Right now I'm just rocking an ATX converter from an Amiga kit. You could wire directly into the ATX power supply because there's no tick signal needed for the 4000 or the 600 or the 500 or the 12. It's just the 2, 3 that need it. Oh god. In the back we do have the card dudes that plug in here. I'm going to add some Zorro cards to this. On a plus note, I could reach in and adjust something if I needed to. You have plenty of expandability for what looks like a game port, a VGA adapter. You get Ethernet, HDMI. You have to provide your own SFX power supply. There's 2 USB mounts up here for if you're the thylacine, or whatever USB card you rock. That's not on a card stack. My audio connector's right here, tucked under the board. You get a nice adjustment. You saw the whole thing. My hair is a mess, sorry. It's 1 a.m. Get up for work in 3 hours. So, Mr. Szymon, thank you so much for your hard work, excessive ability to make massive metal work. I've purchased many things from you, and this is top shelf. So if you're interested in getting this case, please reach out to Mr. Szymon on Amabay. I will link the forums and his contact information below. And that's all I got for now on this new 4000 replica homage case with way better features, fans, cooling, and upgrades. Hey, do you want a tower? There you go, 4000 tower. Thanks for watching, and as always, I hope you learned something.
What do you know from funny, you bastard?